Good morning. This is All India Radio Kohima. The morning news are read by Jonas Yentan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch high-throughput COVID-19 testing facilities today via video conferencing. These facilities will ramp up testing capacity in the country and help in strengthening early detection and treatment, thus assisting in controlling the spread of the pandemic. These three high-throughput testing facilities have been set up strategically at ICMR National Institute of Cancer Prevention and Research, Noida, ICMR National Institute for Research in Reproductive Health, Mumbai, and ICMR National Institute of Cholera and Enteric Diseases, Kolkata. They will be able to test over 10,000 samples a day. These labs will also reduce turnaround time and exposure of lab personnel to infectious clinical materials. The labs are enabled to test diseases other than COVID as well. Post the pandemic, the labs will be able to test for diseases like hepatitis B and C, HIV, mycobacterium, tuberculosis, and dengue. Nagaland Civil Service Association (NCSA) said that it should be at the discretion of the state government to assign the officers it considers suitable to the post of Deputy Commissioner. NCSA, in a statement issued by its president, W. Honje Konyak, said that encadrement of all Deputy Commissioner posts in the state to the IAS may be true on paper, but it is not true in practice. He said it is not because the state government broke any rules, but because historical circumstances necessitated it. The statement said IAS cadre in the state is 94 strong. Of this, 94.33% is to be filled by the state civil services, so at any given point of time, there ought to be 63 IAS regular recruit officers in the state. Presently, there is barely half that number, even counting those on leave. NCSA said when the IAS officers availed the legal or illegal options to stay away from the state, fearing for their lives and personal security, the NCS officers were sent in their place as deputy commissioners. It said NCSA guards were posted by the state government, understanding that only they could manage the districts during difficult times. It said recent spate of inaccurate social media posts and articles about IAS officers not being posted as DC is not new. NCSA said their postings as deputy commissioners are rooted in the historical circumstances of the state and not out of parochial or personal ambition. Deputy Commissioner Mon Thavasilake has notified guidelines for all the persons entering Mon district from other districts of Nagaland. The DC said no entry will be permitted without prior approval from the concerned administrative officers, and violators will be penalized as per relevant provisions of the law. As per the guidelines, any person before entering Mon district should forward through WhatsApp the copy of the movement permit issued by the office of DC Mon to the concerned administrative officer. The security personnel at the entry gate may also forward the copy on WhatsApp or call the concerned administrative officer. The concerned administrative officer, after verification of the movement permit, may grant or deny permission to enter Mon district. Donor Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said North Eastern Council, under the aegis of Donor Ministry, will extend whatever possible help to Assam for restoration and repair of damaged infrastructures in the wake of incessant rains and floods. Speaking to Assam Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal on telephone yesterday, Singh said the ministry will also coordinate financial and other help from other agencies of the government and other sources. He said the well-being and concern of the people of the Northeast is top priority of the Narendra Modi government. The minister also informed that the central government is constantly monitoring the flood situation in Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, and other affected states in the Northeast. Meanwhile, 26 lakh people are still reeling under the fury of the flood in Assam, though the situation slightly improved in the state. 3 persons died yesterday, taking the death toll to 100. 48,000 people are staying at relief camps, and relief materials are being distributed to them. Tupri, Barbeta, Murikaun, Koalpara are among the worst affected districts. NDRF and SDRF are carrying out relief and rescue works. Haryana will host the 4th Khelo India Youth Games. Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju and Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar announced this through video conferencing. Khelo India Youth Games is scheduled to take place after Tokyo Olympics next year. The games will be held at Panchkula in Haryana. Rijiju said Khelo India Youth Games have been postponed this time owing to the pandemic. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.